Okay, so this is a Cities of Death scenario at our local GW, and I am playing 2,000 points of my Necrons versus an unbound army of JPs combining Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Demons, as well as Grey Knights. And the scenario is Cities of Death, Firesweep, and our objective is basically to plant flags in as many of these buildings as possible. Okay, so this is initial deployment, and JP has the first turn. And yes, that is Scabby Thyrax. So this was a quick end to the JP's army's turn. Scabby Thyrax flamed, well, used as toxins to try to poison one of these canoptic wraiths. It didn't go, and his forces have just generally moved on this flank. So it is now Necron's turn 1. Okay, so that was the end of Necron turn 1, and shooting from the Tesseract vaults killed almost everybody here in that squad of cultists that were being led by a lord, and he managed the remaining cultist, made his morale check, and is now locked in combat with this one wraith. Okay, and the other wraiths moved up onto this this building, so it is now going to be the beginning of JP's Unbound Army, turn 2. So it's the end of JP's turn 2, and the Supreme Grand Master Kaldor Drago materialized here from his deep strike, very, very close. And he threw up a very potentially potent psychic attack, but it scattered very, very badly off. It would have been a D hit. The Grey Knights arrived here, as well as there, and I believe they're equipped with hammers. Are they equipped with hammers?
Hammers and halberds.
Halberds. Okay, cool. And that is the end of JP's turn 2. I'm going to roll for reserves for my Doom sides now. Okay, so that was the end of Necron's turn 2. It's the beginning of JP's turn 3. So there was some firing here from this Doom side that took out some of these Plague Bearers. An Overwatch grenade blinded one of the Wraiths, but there's 2 Plague Bearers down the left to here. The Tesseract Vault eliminated 3 Paladins in conjunction with these 2 Doom sides. And the Wraith finished off the lone cultist and consolidated towards the ruin held by the Plague Bearers. And we are at this tense standoff with Drago as well as the Necron Overlord. Okay, so it is the beginning of JP's turn 3. So this is the end of JP's turn 3, and now it's going to be my turn 3. But very astounding turn of events in this combat here. Drago was wounded twice in Overwatch fire, and Necron warriors managed to even put a wound on him. He killed 2 Necron warriors in close combat. One of them regenerated. And right now he's in base-to-base contact with the Necron Overlord, who has Mind Shackled Scarabs. It didn't go off on Drago this turn, but we'll see what happens the next turn. In this combat here, between the Paladin and the wounded Canoptic Wraith, they are at a standstill. Both of them are down to 1 wound each. And the Canoptic Wraiths over there cleared out that ruin of Plague Bearers. They're going to consolidate afterwards. And this Doom Scythe here was vector struck by the incoming Demon Prince, and it was glanced 1 hull point off. And that is where we are right now. So it's beginning of Necron's turn 3.
Oh yeah, so we have people.
Okay, so very momentous end of turn 3 for my Necrons. Drago fell to the Necron Warriors, not even to the Necron Overlord. All of my flyers zoomed off. These 2 here are in combat with each other. And the Demon Prince was killed just by Hammer of Wrath attacks after he was grounded by Tesseract Vault shooting. And these 2 Canoptic Wraiths are engaged with a mass of Plague Bearers that are sheltering in this building. And now some Plague Bearers are going to be deep striking in. So this is the battlefield disposition of our forces. So it is beginning of turn 4, JP's turn. Okay, so that was the end of JP's turn 4. Many momentous things happened as usual. This combat here between these 2 Canoptic Wraiths continued, and the Plague Bearers lost it. and demonic instability claimed 2 more. So there's 1 plague bearer holding up these 2 canoptic wraiths, and both of these canoptic wraiths are engaging Scabbytherax itself, and both of them are damaged down to 1. In this combat, it continues to be a stalemate. Deep striking units arrived at the basement here of this ruin, and then they ran up. Okay, so that is the end of JP's turn 4. It is now Necron's turn 4. So this is the end of Necron turn 4. Scabbytherax emerges triumphant against those 2 canoptic wraiths. The Tesseract Vault swung around, unleashed a Hellstorm attack as well as Seismic attack, and eliminated all of the Plague Bearers there. These 2 canoptic wraiths dispatched the last Plague Bearer and then consolidated away from Scabbytherax. The Air Armada arrived onto the table here. Necron Overlord is making his way to claim a building, and the fight continues on the other side of the board between the Paladin and the Canoptic Wraith. So it is beginning of turn 5 now. Okay, so the end of the 5th turn for JP's army saw Scabbytherax move forward and put down a lot of fire, which eliminated 6 Necron warriors. 4 stood up. Again, Scabbytherax smashed into a Canoptic Wraith, dispatching it easily. The Warp Storm was very fortuitous for the demons. 15 Plague Bearers arrived from the Warp to bolster the forces here in the city. And the Paladin finally won his one-on-one combat against the Canoptic Wraith. So it is now the bottom of 5. Okay, so it's the end of Necron's turn. It is now beginning of JP's army. Turn 6, he has 1 model left, which is the massive Scabbytherax. The Plague Bearers which materialized were dispatched quickly. Shooting from the Tesseract Vault to here with seismic assault was ineffectual on Scabbytherax. And the lone Paladin there was cut down by the Doomsides. So it's Scabbytherax's turn. Yeah. So this is the end of Cities of Death mission Firesweep, and the Necrons carry the day. So the points are, the Necrons score 1 point for First Blood, and we claim these 3 buildings, which we've decided are 3 points each. So it's going to be Necrons 10, and the Unbound army of Grey Knights and the Plague Bearers have no points. Okay, so yeah, it's a 10-0 Necron victory. Cities of Death, Firesweep. And here we are at the very end. The only thing saving this Necron Lord is him managing to do Mind Shackled Scarabs twice to Scabbytherax.